Welcome to the She Busy podcast, where I teach female entrepreneurs how to embrace their CEO mindset, streamline their operations, and reclaim their time and freedom. Hey there, my name is Asya Mahmood. I'm an entrepreneur, children's book author, business consultant, mother, wife, sister, daughter, friend, and boss, and I'm on a mission to help you grow a wildly successful business and still have plenty of time to enjoy the life you want. If you're feeling trapped in your success, overwhelmed by the demands of your business, and struggling to find balance, you are in the right place. I've been there, and I'm here to help you break free from the hamster wheel. But becoming the CEO your business and your life deserve doesn't happen by accident. It takes intention and purpose, and that's exactly what I want to teach you in this podcast. So let's dive right in. Hey there, it's Asya, and today I am actually doing my very first video recording of my podcast. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you feel like video is more your jam, then head over to my YouTube page. I'm going to link it in the show notes so you can head over there and watch me talk if you prefer that over listening to me talk. But just know this is my first video podcast, so I don't really know what to do with my hands since I am being recorded. But nonetheless, let's jump right in. So today we're going to be talking about the CEO mindset and why that's important in what we're trying to accomplish here. So what is a CEO mindset? Why are we talking about it in entrepreneurship? So a CEO mindset it's more than just a title. It's not just a title. It's a way of thinking about and leading your business. It means focusing on growth and strategy and vision rather than getting bogged down in the day-to-day tasks, which is exactly what our mission is here with the She Busy podcast, is trying to find ways to get yourself out of the day-to-day. And so embracing that CEO mindset means that we're focusing on the things that really matter to move the needle for our business, to grow our business, to scale our business, to expand, and to create that vision that we are all after. So those kinds of things you can't be doing if you're doing all of the roles. A CEO doesn't do the day-to-day tasks that are involved in running a business. They lead people to follow the vision of the overall mission of the business so that they can lead their company to more growth and scale. And they even focus on doing things that are going to keep them relevant in their industries, making sure that they are on trend with what their competition is doing, making sure that they're standing out above their competition. All those kinds of things fall under the CEO. And that's why the CEO mindset is so important. They're not actually doing the tasks that are driving these things forward. Instead, they're focusing on the strategy for it. So for many of us, we start our business, either you start as a solopreneur or maybe you start with a small team as I did. But when I started Windhaven, I had a small team that was, of course, working in the classrooms and trying to help me with the day-to-day. But overall, everything was my responsibility. Everything from marketing to social media, to the tours, to figuring out the menu, to developing every single aspect of my business. We were even going through remodeling the facility and just managing the facility in general. Our facility is almost 11,000 square feet. And so there was always something, an AC was out, or there was a door that was jammed, or something or the other that was happening, whether we're working with the landscaper to make sure that it looked nice. And then there's things to deal with city inspections and with licensing inspections. So there's a lot going on in the day-to-day. And that's how we start off. We have to juggle most of the roles, if not all of the roles ourselves, because we're just starting out. It's the time to hustle. It's the time to work hard and to really understand all the roles too. I do think it's important initially to at least play most of the roles just so you know what you want from each role, what your expectations are going to be in the future when you do hire someone to take over those things. So it is important. It's a big part of starting out your business. But as your business grows, it is not sustainable to be doing all these roles. It is not sustainable to have everything on your plate. You cannot be the CEO and the CMO and the administrative assistant and the executive assistant and the receptionist. You cannot play all those roles. So transitioning to a CEO mindset really involves stepping back from the immediate tasks and focusing on the strategic growth. And it's not easy. It is not easy, but it is necessary. And it does come down to some of the stuff we've talked about before, like delegation. But of course, if you are used to doing all of the day-to-day tasks, it is difficult to be able to get to a point where you're no longer focusing on those things. Because once you've created that habit of doing every little thing yourself, it is something that is difficult to break out of. But if you are able to get out of it, if you can pull yourself out of the day-to-day and be able to think like a CEO in your business, you are going to unlock new levels of transformation, of growth, and of scale. And it's just going to blow your mind. So I truly, truly believe this is a big, important part of it. I think mindset plays a big role in anything, whether it's growth mindset or just positive mindset. But a CEO mindset is a very specific way of thinking. And as female business owners, I mean, you're a girl boss. I'm a girl boss. But in order to truly be a boss, to truly contribute and grow your vision, you have to think like a CEO. Except the fun part is that you don't have to answer to anyone. The CEO still has to answer to people and you do not. So it's combining the best of both worlds, working on the strategy and working on the growth and still being able to set your own rules. And so that's a big part as a female entrepreneur. If we can pull the good things from a CEO mindset, we'll really be able to transform how we approach our business. And it allows us to be able to make decisions and practice making decisions that are going to drive growth. They're going to inspire the team. They're going to create a culture for your team. It's going to help you develop that vision that you have and provide what you are really wanting to provide at a level that actually gets you results. Because if you're trying to do everything yourself, you're probably playing pretty small and you're really not helping anyone by doing that. So in order to play bigger, in order to be bigger, in order to grow bigger, you need to be able to develop this mindset. I actually have a client that I work with in my consulting company that has worked so much with me on this mindset piece that she actually now when she's doing tasks or outlining tasks for her day, she tells me, she thinks, what would Asia do in this situation? Would she tell me that this task is worth my time, or would she tell me that this is a task that I need to pass on in order to focus on growth and strategy? So that was great feedback and a great compliment, I believe. So what are some steps that you can take in order to cultivate your CEO mindset and to develop it? We don't just come with this naturally, especially if we've gotten in the habit over the years and we're not brand new entrepreneurs. We are probably in the habit of trying to do everything. And if we do pass it off, it's kind of half-hearted. So listen to my delegation podcast on that one. But I think the best way to start out with cultivating that CEO mindset and developing your ability to focus on growth and strategy is going to be, you have to set aside time each week and you have to focus on strategy rather than tasks. You got to put away just that endless to-do list for a minute, because we just keep adding little things to that to-do list. It's miles and miles long. It feels like we can't conquer it, but you have to set aside some intentional time. And you're going to hear me say the word intentional probably every day forever, but you have to be intentional with your time. Set aside some time and think about what you can focus on that's going to actually drive the business forward, and not little tasks that are day-to-day tasks. Kind of figure out what are these different tasks that I'm just busying myself with, and what are tasks that are actually going to benefit the bottom line, or they're going to create a better experience for my business, or they're going to lead my vision forward, or they're going to scale my business. Those are the kinds of tasks that you need to be focusing on, not the little day-to-day stuff. So you need to be able to look at what you're doing, what you're focusing on, and make sure that you shift your focus to the right things that are going to actually move the needle. And a lot of times it's hard for us to look inside of ourselves or look at our own list and say, you know what, you look at a to-do list and you're like, I wrote all this stuff down for a reason. It's all important. Every single one of these things is important. And every single one of these things is what's going to move the needle forward. And it's what's going to grow my business. But sometimes you need some help from the outside. You need someone to guide you, a mentor or a peer that actually has experience with embodying this mindset and they can take a look at what you're doing in your business, how you're spending your time, and offer some guidance. Because remember, it is a journey. It is a journey to get to a place of freedom and scalability within your business, to get out of that day-to-day. I think especially after COVID, we all really got stuck in our day-to-day in COVID because we had to operate very lean. We had to do as much as we could and put as much on our plate so that we weren't dwindling revenue, and also because there was staffing issues at the time. So I feel like we all kind of started playing multiple roles and getting stuck in that, even if maybe you weren't before. So we're starting to come out of that, and I think we're in a better place now with hiring and with hopefully understanding that we can get help. And getting help is a big important part of it. Remember, every single step counts. So this is a process. Getting to the point where you actually have freedom from your business or within your business is a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You have to be intentional, which again, I'm going to say over and over again, you do have to be intentional. A lot of times people think that, oh, well, if revenue increases, if I can just get the revenue up, if I can get my numbers up, then I can get out of the day-to-day. And that's just not true. That's just not true, because you can be continuing to grow, you can be continuing to add more revenue and still not get to a place where you can actually walk away and take a vacation without wondering if your whole business is going to blow up behind your back. So it's really, really important to make sure that we are taking the steps necessary. And sometimes it just starts with what's up here. It starts with how you're thinking, what you're thinking of, and where you're spending your time. And that is where I feel like we can all benefit from thinking the way that a true CEO thinks. It's time for you to actually step into your CEO role in your business. If you are stuck, if your business is not moving forward anymore, or maybe it is moving forward, but just you're not feeling it anymore. The passion isn't there anymore because it's just bogging you down. Despite growing and gaining momentum, you're still stuck, and your to-do list is growing exponentially alongside of your revenue, and you're still not maybe making as much of a profit as you would like. You're not having as much time freedom as you would like. So it's time to focus. It's time to focus on that mindset. It's time to focus on the skills that are going to get you to the next level, that are going to get you that time freedom. And you can do whatever you want with time freedom. But one of the biggest things that you're going to do when you step into this mindset is you're going to start working on your business instead of in your business. Working on your business is exactly what we all talk about if you've reached this stage of enlightenment. Because I remember hearing that when I was early on in my business. It's like, you got to work on your business and not in your business. I was like, what does that mean? Do I sit on it? I don't know what you want from me. How do I work on my business and not in my business? I'm in it all the time. I'm here all the time. How am I possibly going to work on it? And what is the difference? How is it different what I'm doing than what you want me to do? How is working on my business different than working in my business? And trying to develop the CEO mindset is going to show you the difference. And once you start working towards that and you start focusing on the tasks that are working on your business instead of the ones that are working in your business, you're really going to see a big difference. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you're working on or you have trouble with, or if you just don't even understand how this can help. I would just love to hear feedback on where you are in the process and what your goals are and what you're looking for. So be sure to follow along. If you like this episode, please leave a review, hit like and follow, and leave me feedback. I'd love to hear from you. You can visit my website and you can find me on social media. Everything is in the show notes. So until next time. Thank you for tuning in to the She Busy podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more inspiration, strategies, and support on your journey to freedom and success, make sure to hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media, and visit my website. All the links are in the show notes. And remember, you have the power to create the life and business you've always dreamed of, but it won't happen on accident. Here's to your success and freedom. Until next time.